What's up, everyone? It's Carlo here again. I have a quick little work break, and I just wanted to take the moment to make this little video. It should be shorter than the rest, hopefully. Once again, working on keeping things concise, right? Today's video is going to be about poor mental health and self-care. Something that I've been noticing lately with myself is, well, for one, I had been in a rut, right? And I got out of it. And what changed when I got out of it was I started to take care of myself more, right? I started to, feed myself good meals, make that time to cook, shower regularly, have a routine in the mornings, at night, um, take the time to do activities that I want to do in the day, instead of like just rotting on my phone, etc., doing my workouts, just like all those little things. But then these last few days, I noticed my mental health declining again. And I was like, what changed? Like, I just felt so good. And I realized that I had started to lag on taking care of myself. I just got a new job, and I've been on like an 8-hour training schedule at home on an iPad. And it's just kind of been brutal in terms of like sitting in front of a screen for so long all day, on Zooms, watching videos, doing like quizzes and stuff. And then I also hadn't been really, well, one, I hadn't been going to bed early enough to wake up early enough to two, make sure that I had a good breakfast before I was stuck on camera the whole time and couldn't eat. And then on my midday lunch break, I wouldn't really make myself like a full meal. I kind of just like get some like quick freezer food, like some chips, some water, like not really a meal, right? And then same with dinner. Dinner wasn't even like, I haven't even gone out to get groceries to actually like cook for real. Like I just been kind of like eating whatever I can find. And then day is done, right? I'm done at 5:30, and I kind of just like go on my phone the rest of the night, or like watch a show the rest of the night, and then repeat. So like my mental health had been declining again because I wasn't properly taking care of myself. And I think to extend, my experience and my realizations, I think that a lot of the times, especially when we live in a society that values productivity, it is very easy to forget to truly take care of ourselves in all the little moments that self-care can take place. Like, it doesn't have to be a grand gesture. I know like cooking and eating sometimes can be a lot of work for some people, right? Like cooking takes a lot of like mental prep, physical prep, cleaning up. But it's just even the small moments when, for example, you decide to, what's an example? Like, for example, I said example. Instead of going on my phone and sitting on the TV the rest of the night, knowing that I was like on a screen the whole day and I'm tired, my brain is fried, my body is tired, maybe I took myself on a walk, like something small like that. That's self-care, like that's truly listening to myself, the state that I'm in, and genuinely putting forth the effort to do what is best for me. And it's when it's not a regular practice, it's hard to always identify those moments or follow through on those moments. But the more you do it, the more it becomes habit, and then you just slowly start to feel better. I know mental health, like poor mental health, isn't always fully a lack of self care. there's factors like hormonal imbalances, you know, like in your brain, or chemical imbalances in your brain, you know, things that can cause like depression and other like mental health circumstances. Sorry, lack of good wording. But even that, like, if you know your poor mental health, it like it's so bad and so consistent that you can't even bring yourself to do something for yourself, you know, that's the first step, right? Um, I'm I've gone through that where like my mental health's so bad that I genuinely don't have the motivation to even take care of myself, to even spend time with the people that I love, to do the activities that I love. Like I had lost interest in everything. And it's moments like those where I guess the best way I can put it is, right, well, here's a quick segue. Something that my therapist told me, right? The beauty of adulthood or being an adult is that you get to reparent yourself. You get to be the adult that you wish you had or that you wanted or needed, etc. And I'm pretty sure I mentioned this in a different video, but I think it's a really important thing to remember, right? Sometimes I think about it as like, if I was my own child, right? You're parenting yourself. What would I do for myself? So if I'm struggling, I've lost interest in everything, I can barely take care of myself, and I think of myself as my own child. If I saw my child exhibiting those symptoms and loss of interest and like their mental health was in the gutter, what would I do for that child? For my child, right? Because we all imagine like when we're parents, that is our chance to truly like love our children. You want the best for your children. But that same love, effort, and care should be done for yourself. So sometimes if it takes thinking of yourself like outside of yourself as a child or your future child, sometimes that's what it takes. But to answer my own question, I would get my child help, right? Well, one, I would check in with my child, see if there's anything they know they need, try to make them feel better, right? Cook them good food, engage in activities that might lift their spirits. If nothing's working, I feel like the last resort is get them professional help. And that means going to the doctor, maybe seeing a therapist. If it's like a suspected kind of like chemical thing, maybe you need medication, right? I had a psychiatrist and I got on antidepressants, and they were telling me, you know, well, one, I was having trouble with the stigma, like, oh, I don't want to be on meds. Let me try to do this myself, right? Like organically. But I just like couldn't do it. I did try and I kept using that excuse, but I couldn't do it. And so I got on meds. There's nothing wrong with meds. Even my doctors like assured me it doesn't have to be a forever thing. But it's just a little help that I needed to even have my mind clear enough to start to take care of myself, if that makes sense, right? When you're down in the gutter, you need all the help you can get. You can't even like bring yourself out of bed. Like, you're just gonna be stuck in that cycle. So sometimes, if that's the case, medication can help you get out of that funk enough to sustain yourself, right? To get some momentum going, to practice that self-care, to give yourself those affirmations, to reassure yourself, to prioritize yourself, really. And then, you know, when life's going good, you're starting to feel better, things are getting more stable. If you decide that you don't want to be on meds anymore, you can slowly wean off, right? But at least you were able to get to the point where you could show up for yourself more, right? That's another video I talked about, which was showing up for yourself. Sometimes you need that extra help. to be able to show up for yourself. And I mean, even reaching out for the help, even maybe even getting on meds, that in itself is an act of self-care. That is loving yourself. And I lost my train of thought. Basically, what I'm saying is that poor mental health sometimes, not all the time, right? I know everyone has different circumstances. You may have different diagnoses, things that aren't so black and white as I'm kind of like making it be right now, I guess. I mean, I'm not trying to, but I lost my train of thought. Oh, I was saying that, okay, poor mental health is sometimes a result of not genuinely taking care of yourself, not genuinely showing up for yourself, prioritizing yourself, putting effort into yourself, loving yourself, right? If what I'm saying applies to you, I would recommend checking in with yourself, asking yourself, like, what do I really need in this moment? What would actually benefit me in this moment? And a lot of it is willpower, right? It's asking yourself that and genuinely just making yourself follow through with it for the sake of yourself. And the more you can check in with yourself, the more you can practice showing up for yourself, engaging in self-care, hopefully you'll start to feel better. And you should. I mean, I can't guarantee it. I'm just sharing off of my experience. But it should start to make you feel better. And if you ever notice yourself falling back into some type of funk, I think that's a good starting point, right? Is just trying to get back on the self-care. Get back on the self-check-ins, affirmations, etc. I just wanted to share that with you all in case it was helpful for some of you. It's something that I feel like now that I'm saying it, it's like sounds obvious, but when you're in it and you're not used to doing it, like self-care practices, sometimes it's not so obvious. It's not so like it's not always the first thing you'll think of, right? So I just wanted to share this in case it helps any of you. And well, one, helps you guys get out of the funk, and two, helps you all. Am I grammaring right? Help you all. Hopefully it helps. I think it helps. Hopefully it helps you all start to get into the practice and hopefully building the habit of showing up for yourselves, taking care of yourselves, prioritizing yourselves, and eventually being able to say and truly believe that you love yourselves. Yourselves? You get the point. I see this video is going a little longer than I thought. So I'm just gonna end it here. Hope you guys have a great day. Hope this message reached you well. And keep trying. Don't give up. Peace.